Hey gang, how you doing? Jonathan here for Tailhunter Sportfishing, and it's time once again for the Mexican Minute La Paz video fishing report, coming to you from La Paz, Baja, Mexico, and then covering all of the fishing action for our Tailhunter Sportfishing fleet for the dates of the 27th of June through the 4th of July 2023. Wherever you are, hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for checking in and spending time with us, and of course, whether you're watching this on the 4th of July or after the 4th of July, hope you're having a great holiday week, and happy birthday to the United States for 4th of July. Being down here in Mexico, sure missed hot dogs, missed potato salad, missed fried chicken, so hope you have a really good one. Everything we've got down here is wrapped in a tortilla, but we still enjoy 4th of July, and we certainly want to remember it. Anyway, let's talk about fishing. No doubt about it, it's still a great Dorado bite. You know, we've been down here, Jill and I have been down here almost 30 years, and I can't remember a time when the Dorado were just so crazy good. I mean, there have been flurries here and there over the years, but you know, for over a month now, the Dorado have just been going crazy. Now, there's a lot of schoolie size fish. You can get into a school of Dorado, and they're those fun 5 to 8 pound, 10 pound fish, and you could be done really quickly. I mean, you could catch a limit of fish, you know, where every rod's going off. Dorado are all around the boat. They're leaping in the air. They're throwing hooks. You're getting some, you're losing some, and just have a blast in an hour, hour and a half. You've got the box filled with limits, and you're releasing as many as you can go. And you know, this week we've had a lot of families, a lot of first timers, and a lot of kids. So running into these schoolie fish is really, really a great time. And you know, if you look at all the photos this week, you're going to notice something different. There's not as many photos of these big giant beastie giant Dorado that we've had over the last couple of weeks, and that is one reason is because we've got so many kids, we've got so many first timers and families and stuff, and they're having a great time. But you know, there's an old saying. When I worked on the boats, when I was a deckhand, there was an old saying that don't leave fish to find fish. If things are going great, don't run away from it. Don't take the boat somewhere else. You're having a great time. They're having a good time. An hour, 2 hours, you're done. Go find some other fish, or go on the beach, go swimming, or come back, have lunch. So that's what's been going on. So you're going to see a lot of smaller fish in the photos this week. That doesn't mean there aren't some bigger fish. Indeed, there's still some really huge trophy-sized bull Dorado, 20 to 40 pounds, some even larger. It's just that, well, as one of my anglers told me, he goes, "I'm sorry we didn't take any pictures of the big fish." He goes, "We were too busy fighting fish," or there was stuff going on all over the boat, and then afterwards we thought, uh-oh, we didn't take any photos. Or the photos were just, I'm not kidding, out of focus, tilted, just really weird, couldn't do anything with the photos. So that's the reason you're not seeing as many photos of the big Dorado that we've had in the past few weeks. But make no doubt about it, there's a lot of Dorado here, there's still some big ones around, and there's a lot of schoolie fish. It's probably 90% of the catch right now. That doesn't mean that there aren't other species available to catch. Indeed, we're still catching bonito, Jack Crevalle. There's still some amberjack around. There's pompano, there's trevally. There's a whole host of other fish still here. It's just that, you know, like I said, don't leave fish to find fish. The Dorado are so easy. They're so much fun that folks really, unless they've got a bunch of Dorado already in our freezers, or they're tired of catching Dorado, they're not chasing the other species. So that doesn't mean they're not there. In fact, I heard there's some tuna outside. The commercial guys did run into some schools of 40 to 50 pound tuna outside, moving with the porpoise, moving really fast. So it was very hard to get on them. There's also been a couple of hookups on marlin and sailfish, although none of those stuck on the hooks. And a lot of times people aren't specifically looking to catch a billfish, but when you're in the middle of a school of bonito or these smaller Dorado, well, guess who's also feeding on them? You've got the billfish coming through, and they'll pick up somebody who's got a little bait and 30-pound test and a little 2 or 3 inch sardine out there, and they're just gobbling everything like a big Pac-Man. And then suddenly somebody finds out, wow, they're hooked on a marlin, but you're on the wrong gear. So it usually doesn't last too long. It's a lot of fun, could be frustrating, but there are some billfish out here as well. The other thing I want to tell you about, once again, it's been really, really, really hot. You know, there's no two ways around it. If you're up in the United States, I know a lot of places, especially in the southern parts of the U.S., it's been scorching hot for a couple weeks. Well, you know, just because we have a border doesn't mean that the weather stops. Down here, the temperatures have easily been in the mid to high 90s, but with the humidity being, I'll tell you what, this morning I walked out and I had my glasses on. I walked out at 3 o'clock this morning, and my glasses just instantly steamed up. The humidity here has been running 50 to 70%. It does get a little cooler in the afternoon when the breezes come up, but even the breezes that are blowing are very, very warm. It's almost like, I don't want to say a furnace, but it's hot. Everything's hot. The humidity makes the air seem very, very heavy as well. So if you're coming down, shirts and flip-flops for sure, but please protect yourself. Wear long sleeves that you can pull up. Wear something that covers you up. Wear a big hat that's going to cover your ears, your shoulders, and other parts of your body. Make sure you use the sunscreen. And number one, make sure you stay hydrated. Even though you're not going to the bathroom, it's still coming out of you. You're breathing it out. It's coming out of your pores. You've got to stay hydrated. Unfortunately, as fun as they are, beer and margaritas do not count as hydration. So make sure if you're coming down, stay hydrated by all means necessary. Okay? Anyway, that's going to be a quick wrap up on what's going on down here. If you're coming down soon, we're looking forward to having you. Hopefully the Dorado are going to stick around. We just had a full moon start up on us as well. I don't know how that's going to affect things, but I'll certainly tell you about that in the next report next week. In the meantime, I'm Jonathan for the Mexican Minute. Hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for checking in and spending time with us. Please do us a big favor. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up, a like, and please don't forget to subscribe. Happy 4th of July, everyone. We'll talk to you next week.